and you think YouTubers are your biggest enemy. Really? After creating this film, you do honestly believe it doesn't deserve the criticism? Some degree of guts this truly needs. Yes, I have seen the abomination of this kidnapping saga, and I'm just scratching my head at how this is even convincing. Even at the pen paper level, you are making a remake, I guess it's official, of a 12 years old Tamil film. Good, that's a good idea. Mostly unknown to the masses, and I saw that movie last night. And my god, there is literally no difference in the quality of both the movies. The recent film certainly has the grandeur thanks to the significant investment and polish from the production house. However, beyond that, what exactly are you offering? Is this just a cheap imitation of the recently released movies? I'm not claiming it's a direct copy, but I'm wondering why the filmmakers chose to draw inspiration from those movies. They continue to be popular among audiences, and I believe relying on them for inspiration is one of the laziest approaches a creator can take. Look, collaborating across regions for this kind of material won't make a difference in the end. The movie feels like a collection of random scenes with new context thrown in every 5 minutes in attempt to excite the audience, but it fails to make sense. In a procession, people dressed like a cult in public, a car got hit on the road and that was found on the railway line out of nowhere, bringing the characters from the previous installments and other famous movies. The locations look like rendered sets with Windows default background. I mean, this was some kind of a taken for granted attitude towards the audience. लोगों को कुछ समझ नहीं आता है, जो दिखाओ वही देख लेंगे. Bro, simply posting comments won't secure a hit at the box office or guarantee a comeback. Honestly, the main lead was putting in genuine effort and it showed, but the overall presentation around him was so lacking that recovery was impossible at that point. In the original movie, the relationship between the brothers was well established and effectively presented. However, in this version, it barely touches on the dynamic. Each character seemed to be merely acting, showing literal concern for the performances of the supporting actors. The dialogues were so abruptly written that in totality they made zero sense. The fight sequences, which are the USP of this franchise, were actually good, and the lead is truly good at pulling the action off. The fight sequence at the interval was good, but in the second half, especially in the climax battle, it was so big and lethargic. I got bored with the overall duration. Someone said it right, the second half was literally a Fruit Ninja game. You are using the same tropes that are famous among the masses and you are replicating the exact thing. How can somebody accept that without saying it's a blatant copy? Look, when KGF was released, the over-the-top action sequences and the dark palette were new to the audience. That's why it got the love. Many movies tried to replicate that success but ended up failing miserably, just like with Animal or Marco. Unique films have their own novelty factors and the creators had the conviction to execute their vision. However, attempting to recreate those iconic movie scenes repeatedly leads to a monotonous trend. When you are trying to replicate the exact same thing, you can't do so. Why? Because you lack the creativity in them. And that's the truth. I'm noticing many people on X are expressing hostility towards critics who are being honest about this film. It's likely that these critics are not part of the movie's intended audience, much like myself. And if you are a part of the intended audience, then go and watch it and help to make it an industry hit to encourage the creators to produce more installments. Honestly, if I were to express my opinion here, I would say that giving this film the appreciation would be a mistake. if those are not bot generated. This is something to hide from the public. This is not intended to inflate your ego. This video is from a self-proclaimed critic who spent the money on a product and gave the genuine review on a public forum, and I have the right to do so. And that's the video. So what are your thoughts? If you have watched it, please let me know in the comments below. You can follow me on Instagram. The handle is pointofview9. Thank you so much for watching. See you at the point of view.